Hello and welcome to the Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week on KDOC. Tonight we're back in the Trinity League as the Serra Lions host the always tough Mater Dei Monarchs. Hello everybody, my name is Randy Rosenblum, set to call the play-by-play. This is the Professor, Paul Westphal. And Paul, take us back to January 22nd. What happened to Serra? They lost 64-27 to Mater Dei. This is the ultimate revenge game.
Yeah, I don't even think they have to put the score on the board. I think all these young men from Serra remember just a nightmarish performance by the Lions, and they want to make amends for that. But for Mater Dei, this is a program that's synonymous with the word championships, and if they win tonight, they can clinch another outright Trinity League championship, and on top of that, they can possibly improve their seeding in the upcoming Open Division. But for Serra, they're looking to improve their seeding in the Division I playoffs, and Randy, I think a strong performance tonight by the Lions should do just that.
You know, when you look at this Mater Dei team, all 5 starters returned from last year, and one of them is Wilhelm Breedenbach. He was brilliant the other night, 22 points against St. John Bosco.
Well, I think he might be as much an X factor as anything for this somewhat puzzling Mater Dei team to advance in the Open Division playoffs. Wilhelm has outstanding footwork, he's got soft hands and a soft touch, and he's the type of player who can get the other teams into deep foul trouble with his ability to score around the basket.
If Serra is going to get the revenge that I was just alluding to, Justin Williams, their point guard, is going to have to handle the Mater Dei pressure.
Yeah, exactly right. He can't turn it over. He's got to put his shooters in advantageous positions. They had stretches in that first meeting where they just constantly turned the ball over. So it's Justin Williams' responsibility tonight to take care of the ball, and he's got the skill set to do it.
It's Mater Dei and Serra. We'll come back with the starting lineups right after this. The Game of the Week, presented by Pacific Surfliner on KDOC.
Hey, man. What are you doing?
I'm looking at my new Toyota.
Looks more like you're taking it easy.
I am taking it easy.
In your easy chair.
At the We Make It Easy sales event, they made it easy.
Did they throw in the chair?
No. I bought the chair.
It's a nice car.
Thank you.
We make it easy. Toyota, let's go places.
Louie, you've been craving Wingstop's flavor for way too long now. It's so good to be back. Back where lemon and pepper get a buttery bath and never felt zestier. Where freshly made just for you chicken learns to fly. Where 11 flavors each go to 11. It's like the first time every time. Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings.
Every once in a while, something comes along so masterful, it leaves you in awe. So inspiring, it changes your life. So beautiful, you wish it would never end. When that happens, it's something not to be missed. Shen Yun, coming to 6 theaters in Greater Los Angeles, April 3rd through May 10th. Buy tickets now at shenyun.com/LA.
Alex?
Yes.
Shakey's Pizza.
Yes.
Make new friends with Shakey's Dinner for Two. Right now, just $15.99. Shakey's. Share the good times.
You okay? You guys okay?
Great seats.
Yeah, it's a whole different game when you sit down here.
Family Guy, tonight at 10 on KDOC TV, Los Angeles.
The Pacific Surfliner CIF Game of the Week on KDOC TV is brought to you by Amtrak Pacific Surfliner. Need a getaway? Getting there's half the fun when you travel by train. Visit PacificSurfliner.com. And by Wingstop. Open late, order online at wingstop.com. Both Serra and Mater Dei have identical 21-6 records. However, Mater Dei is 8-1 in the Trinity League, and the Lions are 6-3. Our starting lineups are brought to you by Wingstop. Open late, order online at wingstop.com.
For the visiting Mater Dei Monarchs, it's Devin Askew, Ryan Evans, Harrison Hornery, Wilhelm Breedenbach, and Nick Davidson. That's the starting 5 for head coach Gary McKnight, the winningest coach in California high school basketball history. For Serra, Justin Williams, Alpha Chibambe, Max Bowman, Paxton Burzell, and Hugo Clarkin. That's the starting five for head coach Keith Wilkinson in his second year at the helm of Jay Serra.
As always, the professor has the keys.
Well, let's take a look for the visitors, the modern-day Monarchs. Ryan's hope, no, not the old soap opera. Ryan Evans' hope is that they give him room. The best three-point shooter on the team needs space, and if he gets a chance to set his feet, he can be deadly. And then, of course, it's tax time, so it's time to balance the books. Modern Day is 15-4, Randy, when four guys have more than 9 points. And for Jay Serra, they'll need maximum performance. That'll be from Max Bowman. He had 27 the other night against Orange Lutheran. He'll need something like that tonight. And then Alpha Dog, the exciting sophomore, Alpha Chibambe, must give them rebounds and interior defense. He's a really bouncy player with a big upside.
Yeah, he's fun to watch. Modern Day in the red. Jay Serra, the Lions in the white. Chibambe jumping with Breedenbach. Devin Askew will bring it up the court for the Modern Day Monarchs. Defended by Justin Williams. That should be a very nice point guard matchup. Hornery from deep. The second opportunity for Modern Day.
That'll be a point of emphasis tonight is defensive rebounding for Jay Serra.
Inside easy for Hornery.
Excellent pass, no-look pass from Askew, but it's the second chance opportunity that hurt Jay Serra there. They've got to try to limit the much taller Monarchs to one and done.
Justin Williams all the way. No basket. He's called for the travel.
Over the years, and they've been many for Coach Gary McKnight, I don't think anybody stands in there and takes charges collectively as well as Modern Day does throughout the 30-plus years that McKnight has been coaching. They are excellent at taking charges.
Askew again will bring it up the floor. Good look into the baseline area to Hornery. Again, Askew can really probe. He's on his way to Kentucky, number 5.
Excellent handle. Can score from anywhere on the court.
Nice effort. Takeaway by the Lions.
That's Isaac Peralta, former Modern Day Monarch. Played his freshman year there at Modern Day and thought he'd get a lot more time by going to Jay Serra.
Got to be excited playing against a lot of his old friends. Bowman on the baseline. Chibambe. Hugo Clarkin, who's a commit to San Jose State, backing down Breedenbach. Then Hornery rebounds for the red-clad Modern Day Monarchs.
But a good possession for Jay Serra with that 4 out, 1 in. Everybody touched the ball.
Askew comes up empty. Bowman all the way. Left-hand layup, and he's fouled. Nice run out by the Lions.
Yeah, good find by Williams. Got it out in a hurry to Bowman, and he knows that Evans is coming for the block. Max takes one on top of the head, and he'll shoot a pair.
Bowman, a terrific three-point shooter, had 27 in the game this year. They call him a 3-and-D guy.
I like that.
Plays defense and hits threes, but he's not hitting the foul shot on his first attempt.
And he's close to 80% on the season. So when you're trying to pull an upset like Jay Serra is trying to do tonight, undermanned without Martinez and Bora, you gotta rebound the basketball and make your free throws.
And they must keep Modern Day off the glass.
Yeah, easier said than done. Monarchs are taller at every position.
So experienced. All 5 on the floor started a year ago for Modern Day when they won 29 games. Prukop raising up and scoring. Aiden Prukop.
He's very good off the bounce. He's very good in the sometimes forgotten mid-range area. Nice 15-footer by Aiden.
Williams got it. Justin Williams shouldering the burden early, literally. Put that shoulder down and got to the cup.
Nicely said, and he's got such a task tonight trying to guard that man, Askew, and then still distribute and score some himself. So big shoes to fill with Martinez out of that backcourt.
Devin Askew's first 2. He averages 16 a night to go with 7 assists. Chibambe normally does his work inside, tried a perimeter shot and failed. Early lead for Modern Day, the favorite in this one. Breedenbach can't connect. Isaac Peralta back the other way for Jay Serra. And a block by Askew beautifully.
Well, and my guess is with Isaac having played last year at Mater Dei, that's probably not the first time that's ever happened. My guess is those two guys went at each other in practice quite a bit.
Paxton Burzell, a left-handed 6'7" power forward, a junior, comes in for Jay Serra. Hugo Clarkin sits down.
I like Burzell's game. He understands, exactly right, he understands how to get good position with his footwork, and he's got an array of shots with either right or left hand.
Yeah, he made that look easy in the paint. Got great position inside. Evans, a terrific three-point shooter. And a steal by Peralta, and Prukop fouled him. Oh, that has to be sweet revenge for Peralta, who left Mater Dei.
I agree. That whole sequence started, though, with an excellent closeout by Burzell on Evans, because you know, Randy, if Evans gets a glimmer of space and time, he's going to bury that three. He's the Monarchs' best three-point shooter, and Burzell got out there with that 6'7" frame and made him adjust.
Chi Bombay has missed his first two tries from deep. Mater Dei by one, and this is Evans dialing up the three, and Williams back the other way. Chi Bombay had it deflected out of bounds. Getting back nicely defensively was Askew and Evans. And it will be Lions basketball.
There's so much of the skill set of that man, Devin Askew, that I positively love, but his athleticism on defense.
Bowman from downtown.
That's what Max needed. But Askew's defense is oftentimes overlooked.
Keep in mind, Mater Dei on Wednesday, January 22nd, defeated this Jay Serra team 64-27.
It was 42-11 at the half, and I can't imagine Jay Serra having ever scored just 11 and a half.
Askew, Hornery got it back, lost it for the moment, but Evans quickly to the ball.
Got away with a walk.
He certainly did, and Hornery lays it in with the left hand.
Yeah, moved both feet before he put it down, but sometimes you can get away with that, and Hornery's a very good finisher around the rim.
Williams, and had that one fly swatted out of bounds. He ran into Prukop and Hornery. It's obvious that Jay Serra wants to take the ball to the basket. Timeout on the floor. 3:36 left, opening quarter. We're knotted at 8 apiece on the Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week on KDOC.
From the Golden Coast and rolling hills to iconic cityscapes, this is a getaway that begins the moment you step on board. Cruise along tracks that connect you to Southern California's top destinations and experience an unforgettable ride. When was the last time you were moved by a train? Embrace the journey with us and plan your next trip at PacificSurfliner.com.
Experience Angels baseball and cheer on your favorite Halos, including the reigning American League MVP, Mike Trout. Enjoy unique giveaways, family-friendly events, exciting opponents, and more. Tickets start as low as $10 per seat per game. Call 714-4-ANGELS or visit angels.com to purchase your tickets today.
Tonight's Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week on KDOC TV is brought to you by Amtrak Pacific Surfliner. Travel by train to Southern California's top destinations. Book today at PacificSurfliner.com. 8-8 ball game so far. The underdog Lions hanging in there.
Yeah, they're doing a decent job on the defensive end, keeping Mater Dei from getting nothing but point-blank opportunities at the rim with their size advantage. And they've gotten just enough offense. They had 3 different players score the ball for Jay Serra. They're going to need to have everybody involved tonight, and they're going to have to try to keep Mater Dei, I would think, in the 60s tonight in order to compete.
This is Nolan Bell, an energy guy who's entered. Good ball movement. Bowman did not get away from Evans. 5 on the shot clock. And again, they work down low and no chance for Paxton Burzell.
No, good entry pass, but he had to go through 2 different taller Monarchs. That's a low percentage play.
Nick Davidson, number 35. And a 3-ball up for Evans, and he again is a dynamic shooter. 56th 3 of the year.
Well set up that time by Davidson, who dished it to him and then screened as well.
The question for Jay Serra is, where is the offense going to come from throughout the game? We know Bowman at times, number 12, can knock down shots. It would be a lift if they could get Clarkin going, and he went up strong and drew the foul.
Hugo on his way to San Jose State, and that's a play he didn't have last year, where he was able to stay patient, use multiple dribbles, go back and forth till he felt he had an advantage, and then turn and little baby hook drew the foul. That's a determined move by a big man. Sometimes big guys, if the first thing doesn't present itself, they get all discombobulated and either drop it or travel. Hugo did a nice job there.
Averages 7 points a game and 5 rebounds. Intelligent player, and he has a hook shot inside that can be productive.
Bowman will leave the game. Clarkin has soft hands, which is good in some aspects of basketball because he really does catch the ball well. But sometimes he needs stronger hands because they'll strip him.
Again, both these clubs are 21-6 overall. Modern Day trying to win the Trinity League outright title. They've locked up at least a piece of the championship. St. John Bosco is closely behind him, who they beat the other night. Davidson. And there's Clarkin rebounding for the Lions.
Good defensive sequence by Jay Serra. If you force Davidson into a 3, you've done a pretty nice job.
Peralta in the corner, picked up by Evans. 20 on the shot clock. Bell. He's shut down and back out to Peralta with 10 on the clock. Davidson, a strong rebound for the Santa Margarita transfer.
Yeah, I think he's got a big upside, just a junior.
Askew has a great presence.
Yeah, I've said it before on broadcasts. Askew, I think, is the best point guard talent-wise that Modern Day's ever had.
4 points, first quarter for Devin Askew. That's the difference between these two teams. And head coach Keith Wilkinson in his second year says, take it back out, slow the tempo down. Burzell took an extra step.
Yeah, he got surprised by the double team in the paint. Coming out of nowhere was Cremonesi, and that was a good defensive play and forced Burzell into a little bit of a panic move.
And Ian Martinez, who's out with the hip pointer, missed the last 6 games for Jay Serra, averaged 23 points a game, so that's one of the reasons Jay Serra has struggled in recent games offensively, but they're playing hard at the defensive end.
Well, and they also lose Francesco Bora, the big 7-footer from Italy and Findlay Prep. He was averaging 9 a game. That's a lot of offense to try to, figure out who's going to give us 32 points.
Prukop missed that one. Here's Bell the other way for Jay Serra.
They're able to beat their individual defender many times off the bounce, but then they run into the redwood forest in the middle of the lane for Modern Day. So perhaps drive and kick might be a better strategy.
Final half minute of the opening quarter, and Askew surveying the court. So smart, so savvy. Kentucky's got a great one in Devin Askew.
And he's got a competitive fire that I really like.
Prukop on the wing, yes. The 3-ball. He looks sharp. Aiden Prukop, he averages 9 a night. He has 5 in the final 5 seconds of the opening quarter. And Bell is shut down, and that's how the first quarter ends. Modern Day flexing their muscles. They're in all probability going to go to the Open Division Tournament. They were outstanding in the opening quarter of the Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week on KDOC.
My mom always told me, actions speak louder than words. She was a school teacher. My dad joined the Navy and helped prosecute the Nazis at Nuremberg. Their values are why I walked away from my business, took the giving pledge to give my money to good causes, and why I spent the last 10 years fighting corporate insiders who put profits over people. I'm Tom Steyer, and I approve this message because right now, America needs more than words. We need action.
At Jacoby & Myers, when you hire us,
you're hiring a team.
A team of attorneys and staff dedicated to you.
dedicated to treating you with respect, treating you like family.
And a team working to get you everything you deserve after you've been injured.
It's how we've treated every client who's walked through our doors since 1972.
And it's how we'll treat you, too.
When you become our client, you become part of the Jacoby and Myers family.
Protecting you since 1972. Jacoby and Myers.
Tomorrow on the Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week, the Mission League will crown a champion. Tune in at 7:30 live, only on KDOC TV Los Angeles.
The Pacific Surfliner CIF Game of the Week on KDOC TV is brought to you by Amtrak Pacific Surfliner. Need a getaway? Get it. There's half the fun when you travel by train. Visit PacificSurfliner.com. And by your Southern California Toyota dealers. Toyotathon is on. Get an incredible year-end saving on a reliable new Toyota today. We have a shout-out for Ethan and Vivian Otta watching our game on KDOC TV tonight. Actually supposed to be doing some homework at this hour, aren't they?
And I would say that as you're seldom seen Uncle Paul, do your homework and go to bed, but you can have some ice cream first.
Yeah, they are young, but they should be doing homework. Bowman trying to do some homework, and he does with a 3-ball. His second triple of the ball game. That cuts it to 16-12 for the Monarchs.
And that, I think, is the strategy that will prevail, better for Jay Serra. Is they're going to have to, I think, make 15 threes tonight. But they have the capabilities. They've got some shooters.
Justin Williams got Askew on the arm.
Askew is such a tough cover. He's got that doggone thing on a string, and he'll get you going left, right, back, front, and then you're so off balance, all you can do is foul.
Justin Williams needs to be careful. He's got 2 fouls, and he is the orchestrator of the offense for Jay Serra.
He has to play 28 to 30 minutes.
Askew driving it on him, off balance, and here comes Peralta the other way. Williams from the side. Chibombe tipping, battling. It's out of bounds, however, to Mater Dei.
Chibombe just got unlucky. He was up there to get it off the rim, and then it grazed the rim one more time and threw him off and ended up going out of bounds.
Yeah, Chibombe is a specimen, a physical specimen, and a high riser. Greenbach all the way. It's a strong move by Wilhelm.
Peralta tried to draw the charge, but one thing I like about Breedenbach, his footwork is so good that he was able to make himself skinny by going sideways and avoiding the charge, and still was able to finish. I just think he's got such an upside, does Breedenbach.
Bowman again with the 3-ball, came right to Clarkin, and he puts it in. Bowman will tell his friends that's an assist.
Well, yeah, sometimes better be lucky than good. The ball completely misses everything right into the hands of Clarkin, but he finished nicely around the basket. He does have that soft shooting touch.
Cremonesi is blocked by Hugo, but putting it back in is Breedenbach. Will's got 4 quick points.
Yeah, and he scores with either the right or the left hand. Looks to be totally ambidextrous.
Peralta threw that one a little bit behind Chibombe.
Yep, good call, Randy. If that was on target, that might have been a dunk.
Prukop pulling up. Got it back. Again, got to give number 14, Aiden Prukop, some props. He really battled inside.
The second jump was clearly quicker than everyone else. It just seemed like they were glued to the floor, and the only guy that was popping up and down was Prukop, and he's rewarded with 2 free throws, and there's our officials for tonight.
Bruce McCallum, Mo Orr, very personable guys, Mo Orr, and Gary Robinson. Prukop, the guy at the free throw line, already signed. He's going to Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, so we'll see him down the road in the
Yes, we will.
Big West.
Yeah, that's exactly right. They have the recent success, Cal Poly, with maybe the most spine-tingling win of the year, the 101-100 win over the Titans of Cal State Fullerton.
Oh, that was heartbreaking for Cal State Fullerton. That one was an overtime contest. There's the leaping ability of Chibombe. Mater Dei and a football score. These two teams know how to play some football, don't they?
Yes, they do. Not the best of friends on the gridiron. Let's just put it that way.
Williams from the free throw line may have overpassed, and that one surprised Chibombe and went out of bounds.
They were in kind of a 1-2-2 offensive set, and he split the two and looked like he had a free throw line jumper, and then just tried to dump it down to Chibombe. But sometimes I'm not sure that's the best play anyway, because it's right into the length of the Mater Dei defense the closer you get.
Nice crowd on hand. They call this place the jungle, so welcome to the jungle. Breedenbach, turnaround hook of 6 is over the iron, and there's Chibombe, and here comes Williams. He's always looking to go up tempo. A hold on the outside, and Prukop wearing a pained expression.
No harm done, only the 4th team foul on Mater Dei. Nobody near the bonus here. The refs are doing a nice job of letting these kids play. And there's been some contact, but you don't have to blow the whistle on every time people bump into each other, and I like the pace of the game.
There's Peralta going to the sideline.
Isaac might be trying a little too hard in the early going, and I think he'll settle down and play the game that everyone knows he can. But when you're playing your old school, you know, you kind of get amped a bit.
Bowman has had a couple threes go down for him in this first half. Bell threw it up there too hard, and Breedenbach comes down with the ball for the red-clad Mater Dei Monarchs.
6 Mater Dei arms up around that rebound.
Askew shot rimmed in and out. The battle inside. Davidson can't put it back in, and here comes Bell the other way to Bowman on the wing.
Nice block by Burzell on that defensive sequence.
Foul on Davidson. There's Nick. Mater Dei did a nice job there, Professor, getting back defensively.
Yeah, they've been better defensively lately. Had some tough losses. They played tough teams out of the state of California. And they lost at the Nike Extravaganza to Whitney Young out of Chicago, and it's rare that Mater Dei loses in the Extravaganza. I think the previous time was when Kevin Love and Lake Oswego came to town.
You're dating yourself.
And that was, I think, 2007.
Mater Dei's lone loss in the league was at St. John Bosco, 70-62. It was a game we had for you on KDOC on our Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week. Again, this is a deliberate offense for Jay Serra.
Yeah, I see nothing wrong with shortening the game.
Bowman for 3. Got it. The 3 ball for Max Bowman. He's hit 3 from downtown. Cutting it to 4. And Jay Serra is hanging around.
The 12s on both teams, similar skill sets. They're really good shooters if you give them time and space, and that's Evans and Bowman.
Bowman kicking it back to Williams, to the iron. Put it in. Suddenly, Jay Serra's to within 2. They like it.
The
right here. And maybe a higher power behind them.
Crowd's really into it now. They've been sort of sitting on their hands a bit. But a nice run by the Lions, getting them back within 2. Everybody, including Coach Wilkinson, fired up.
Timeout on the floor. 3.5 minutes left. First half. It's very competitive. Justin Williams and company within 2 on the Game of the Week.
You've been craving Wingstop's flavor for way too long now. It's so good to be back. Back where lemon and pepper get a buttery bath and never felt zestier. Where freshly made just for you chicken learns to fly. Where 11 flavors each go to 11. It's like the first time, every time. Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings.
Think of what you want, what you love. Your best time, your time. Now is the only time. More than that, it's the time you need. Fun time, special time, play time. Morongo, good times.
Tonight's Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week on KDOC TV is presented by Wingstop. Open late. Order online at wingstop.com. Well, Professor, how about this run from Jay Serra?
You know, they're playing hard. They're playing smart and getting some contributions from Max Bowman, which is a must. I think he's the guy that's capable of getting 20-something tonight, which they will sorely need. But I really like the way they've been battling on the defensive end as well. Mater Dei getting a little impatient at times. I think if they probe the defense and work the ball around a couple of times, I think they could get it inside to where they have the advantage.
Askew wanted to dunk it, lost the handle, and here comes Jay Serra. Bowman's been the big guy so far. He has 10 of the team's 19 points. This is Peralta outside.
And they just don't need to hurry in the half court.
Peralta all the way. That was beautiful, breaking down the defense and kissing it off the glass. A 7-0 run to tie it for Jay Serra.
Great move by Peralta as he probed the defense and then darted through a space and finished at the rim.
Lions are focused defensively, and they're forcing Mater Dei to make mistakes. Hornery threw it straight out of bounds.
Yeah, the recipient zigged when he should have zagged, and the ball went straight out into the Jay Serra bench, and Jay Serra's fired up, so is this crowd. That man's not too excited about what's happened the last 2 or 3 minutes, and that's head coach Gary McKnight.
Well over 1,100 victories in his career, more than anyone. There's the drive from Isaac Peralta, and he was held. Well, they're doing it with defense, Jay Serra. Their offense is starting to come alive, but they've really shut down Mater Dei here.
Yes, I agree. I mean, it was 16-9 at the quarter, and Mater Dei with just 5 points in a little over 5 minutes here in the second quarter. That's great energy and toughness on the defensive end for Coach Wilkinson's Lions.
Beautiful job by Hornery with the deflection out of bounds. It still belongs to Jay Serra. Again, the records are identical, 21-6 Mater Dei, 8-1 in the Trinity League. Lions of Jay Serra, 6-3. Bowman for the lead. He has a dozen, and it's a 9-0 run.
That should never happen against Mater Dei when you've got shot blockers and length like they have on the court. How, even if a perimeter guy beats his man at the 15-foot mark, somebody's got to get over there.
Breedenbach rejected brilliantly by Burzell. Fans love it here at the Jungle.
But they don't need to hurry.
And they won't.
Good restraint that time by Peralta.
Clarkin rolling just off. That was heartbreaking.
Yeah, tough luck for Hugo, who went with the right hand. Oh, that's an offensive foul.
It is. It's Askew. He threw out that right arm.
Outstanding call by Bruce McCallum. He's all over it.
How about this defense? You can see the head coach is fired up. That's Keith Wilkinson. And you can see an obvious foul as well on Askew as he cleared out Nolan Bell. So it's a 9-0 run and the ball for Jay Serra.
Once again, Peralta orchestrating.
Peralta all the way. They're getting to the cup.
Oh, everything but the finish twice in a row. Oh, that's a walk, too.
Hornery to Breedenbach, and there's the tie. Good feed by Hornery.
Yeah, but the second time he's gotten away with moving both feet before he put it on the deck.
Well, he's from Australia. Don't they have different rules?
Maybe.
He has that wonderful Aussie accent. The draw at 23. Close it in on a minute to play in the half. No question, Jay Serra is fired up against Mater Dei. And Bowman's been the ringleader, number 12.
But Jay Serra's been wonderful in the second quarter at not forcing things.
3 seconds on the shot clock. Peralta got there again, but he was bottled up as he was confronted by Hornery, Askew, and Davidson.
Right, that time one of Mater Dei's bigs got over and got in the way.
Hornery out of the corner. In and out. Davidson got the basket and draws the foul. That's the major concern for Jay Serra, getting the ball off the glass.
Yeah, exactly, because Mater Dei's got, 6'10", 6'10", 6'9" up there, and that time it was Davidson who he wasn't going to be stopped. He fought his way through a couple of Lions, got the ball, and then got it up on the rim. That's just an effort play by Nick.
It's been a tough season for Nick. He's been ill, lost 15 pounds, starting to gain it back. Starting to get his rhythm as well to return. You can see he's got a smooth shot from the free throw line. The three-point play, he's going to go out, and Cremonesi will give him a breather in the final 35 seconds of the half.
Has to make sure Nick doesn't pick up his third foul. Only a couple of Monarchs with two. That would be Evans and Davidson, the two transfers a year ago from Santa Margarita. But I think Nick Davidson's going to be a really good player by the time he gets done at Mater Dei.
As you can see, the shot clock and the game clock are virtually identical, just tenths of seconds different. So you can see that Justin Williams is just running it down.
Sometimes
take it all the way
teams
down.
start this a little early to try to make sure they have the lot shot. You shouldn't get going till just about now.
Peralta, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, tough fall away shot. Chibambe went up, and the half is over. Good effort by Alpha Chibambe. At intermission, we have a one-possession game here. Mater Dei battling against an upstart Jay Serra team. Williams got to the cup. What their strategy is. And Peralta got the layup. 26-23 at the break on KDOC.
From the Golden Coast and rolling hills to iconic cityscapes, this is a getaway that begins the moment you step on board. Experience an unforgettable train ride. Learn more at PacificSurfliner.com.
Mark is the best husband and father you could ask for.
He's just a big kid.
Best man at my wedding. Just gotta keep him off the dance floor.
We're a AAA family.
We found out about AAA insurance through a friend who had actually mentioned it a while ago. So we ran the numbers and it totally worked.
We looked at the statement for our previous insurer and then AAA insurance. Definitely, we've seen a huge difference.
Switch to AAA insurance today and you could save an average of $508 on auto insurance. Compare that to Geico, State Farm, even Allstate. Call now for your free auto insurance quote to find out how much you could save.
By switching over to AAA insurance, we saved over $450. So with our savings, he bought more equipment.
More money means more practice equipment.
In his world.
Why didn't we do this earlier? Why did it take so long?
We're a AAA family now.
AAA insurance allows us to do so much more with our kids and spend more time with them.
To find out how much you could save by switching to AAA insurance, call 888-794-4824 for your free auto insurance quote today. AAA Insurance, helping you save more.
What kind of a person are you?
I think I'm pretty much like you, only successful.
Seinfeld, tonight at 11 on KDOC TV, Los Angeles.
Welcome back to the Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week here on KDOC. We're at Jay Serra High School, and the underdog Lions are giving the favorite Mater Dei Monarchs all they wanted. 26-23 Mater Dei at the half. I'm Paul Westfall along with Randy Rosenblum, and earlier today, Randy had a chance to talk with Jay Serra head coach Keith Wilkinson.
I understand you want to be an ESPN commentator.
Oh, man, that'd be great. Back in college, I wanted to be a broadcast journalism major at USC and didn't fit in the practice time. So I went with major communication and Annenberg School and loved it. But, yeah, ESPN would be a dream job. Inside the NBA, I'd love to be up there with Shaq and Charles and Kenny and talking about basketball. That'd be fun.
How has your communication skills helped you as a coach?
Gosh, you have to be able to communicate as a coach. Sometimes they talk about, you almost need a psychology degree to be a coach as well. But, you got to communicate to the players. You got to let them know what you want from them and where they are, good and bad. And communication is key to, I think a lot of things, not just basketball, but a lot of things.
Now, you were a pretty good basketball player in your heyday. You played at Capo Valley and USC. You also played in Ukraine. What was that experience like?
It was quite different being a kid growing up in Southern California and then going to USC and being in the warm weather. Going to Ukraine, it was -4 on Thanksgiving and walking out like, where am I? And what does this backwards pi sign and upside down 9 mean? It was incredible, but really enjoyed it. Got to see some different type of basketball, European basketball, and it was fun. It was a good experience, quite different, but a very good experience.
That was fun. Okay, earlier this year, You lost to Mater Dei 64-27. That's the kind of game you can throw away. But what did you tell your kids after they got demolished like that?
You know, that was a tough one for us. The one thing that I think we had to learn from that is we kind of laid down a little bit. They're very talented, got a ton of respect for Mater Dei and what they've been able to do the last, 37 years or whatever it's been able, for Gary and that program. But we laid down, and that was the first time I've ever seen us lay down. We had a really, really good year going into that game. We had played some pretty good basketball. We were missing our 7-footer and our big presence in the key with Francesco Bora, and Ian was playing through a hip pointer injury at that point. And, I think he really tried to gut it out for us, but our team kind of fed off his energy, and he wasn't feeling all the way right. And so once we saw him down, and he's our leader and our best player and our most vocal leader as well, the team followed suit with that. But we learned a lot from it. In the last 6 games, we've been battling without Ian. And we're trying to find our identity still without our 2 best players out there. But our kids have stepped up, and they've really competed from that game. And that one's a hard one. Like you said, you throw that thing away because it was just ugly all the way around for us.
Thanks, Coach.
Anytime.
Thanks to Coach Keith Wilkinson, former Capital Valley star, and a really entertaining guy for allowing us a few moments of his time. We're at halftime where Mater Dei leads J. Serra 26-23 on the Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week right here on KDOC. We'll be back with some halftime stats and analysis when we return.
You've been craving Wingstop's flavor for way too long now. It's so good to be back. Back where lemon and pepper get a buttery bath and never felt zestier. Where freshly made just for you chicken learns to fly. Where 11 flavors each go to 11. It's like the first time every time. Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings.
Running to Hogwarts, running to Hogwarts.
Come join us at Universal Studios Hollywood and save up to $60 on an annual pass online.
When looking for a TV and internet provider, we know you have a choice. This is Jessica. She still has satellite TV. I get tons of HD. Spectrum has tons of HD. And we love Spectrum News 1, Spectrum's 24-hour local news channel. Plus, we can follow the Dodgers all year long on Spectrum Sportsnet LA. I don't have that.
Get Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-910-4499.
And Spectrum Internet starts at 200 megabits with no data caps.
We have to get internet from another company, and it isn't nearly as fast.
Spectrum Internet, $44.99 a month.
I'd switch, but I'm stuck in a contract and would have to pay up to $480 to cancel.
Spectrum has no contracts, and they'll pay up to $500 to help you out of yours.
That's it. I'm switching to Spectrum.
Make the best choice. Get Spectrum TV and internet from $44.99 a month each. Call 833-910-4499.
At Wiener Schnitzel, we're all about living life to the fullest and keeping you the fullest. That's why we're bringing back our ultimate fan fave, pastrami. Piled high on fries, a dog, or a sandwich. This is next level delicious. Like, really next level. So grab some friends and fuel your fun with pastrami 3 ways. It's all pastrami and it's all good. Drop by today and take a bite out of life the Wiener Schnitzel way.
Beautiful on-campus facility here in San Juan Capistrano at J. Serra High School. And J. Serra, a decided underdog in this one. Again, they were blown out by Mater Dei earlier this year, 64-27. But the first half was very competitive, and here are some highlights.
Yeah, early on, Mater Dei was able to get the shots that they wanted. We saw the dish by Askew, and then the nice mid-range by Prukop. And then Prukop hits a 3, and it looked like Mater Dei was maybe going to run them out of the gym, up 7 at the end of 1. But then J. Serra got hot with Max Bowman being the principal architect of the run. Williams with a finish in there, and you just saw a renewed energy from J. Serra, and they're within 3.
Yeah, you talked about Max Bowman, he ripped the cords from downtown 3 different times in the first half. He was brilliant. In fact, you see all the threes were made by Max Bowman of J. Serra.
But after Mater Dei shot the ball really well in the early going, their shooting went cold and they finished right around 40% for the half. But the big key, though, is the rebounding number. I thought J. Serra would be lucky to stay within 60-40 percentage on the rebounds, and there they are almost even at 17-14. That's mostly energy and effort from the considerably smaller Lions.
And the pace of the game, Professor, really has been dictated by J. Serra.
Yeah, they've been very patient in the half court. They've had a couple of runouts, and you take those when you can get them. But just because you have a 3-on-2 or a 4-on-3 doesn't mean you have to try to finish something at the rim. And J. Serra's done a wonderful job of restraining themselves and getting into the half court where they're running 15 to 20 seconds off the shot clock.
High scorer in the ball game, Max Bowman. He's poured in 12 first half points. 3 threes, a regular goal, and 1 foul shot. Tomorrow night we're going to have a terrific Mission League championship game. Harvard, Westlake, and Chaminade. They played about 10 days ago. It was a nail-biter, even though Harvard Westlake ended up winning by 10. It was a 1-point game with a minute to go. Kenneth Simpson is a great star for the Eagles.
Last night, he had about as good an all-around game as I have seen all year. I mean, he just took the Chaminade Eagles on his shoulders when things weren't going well. And 41 points later, they prevailed over a really good St. Francis team.
Yeah, St. Francis has a guard at Andre Henry, who's on his way to UC Irvine, who's very good. Mason Hooks was great against Alameda in the other semifinal. He is terrific for the Wolverines of Harvard Westlake. We'll come back. This should be a very interesting back half. Will Mater Dei pull away, or will J. Serra hang tough on the Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week on KDOC?
From the Golden Coast and rolling hills to iconic cityscapes, this is a getaway that begins the moment you step on board. Cruise along tracks that connect you to Southern California's top destinations and experience an unforgettable ride. When was the last time you were moved by a train? Embrace the journey with us and plan your next trip at PacificSurfliner.com.
Mark is the best husband and father you could ask for.
He's just a big kid.
Best man at my wedding. Just gotta keep him off the dance floor.
The Pacific Surfliner CIF Game of the Week on KDOC TV is brought to you by Amtrak Pacific Surfliner. Need a getaway? Getting there's half the fun when you travel by train. Visit PacificSurfliner.com. And by Wingstop. Open late, order online at Wingstop.com.
We have a great shot there of a ball that represents the CIF 4AA champion team that Jody Gardner, my good friend, coached back in 2013 and 14. The Lions of J. Serra prevailed over Oaks Christian. Johnny Vassar, Dylan Osakowski, Blake McBride, and maybe the guy who went on for the longest career in sports, Dante Pettis, played on that J. Serra team, and now he's doing pretty well in the NFL.
Yep. With the 49ers went to the Super Bowl. By the way, you mentioned championships, Mater Dei, as you look at Devin Askew about to inbound the ball. 11 state crowns, 37 league titles, 23 Southern Section championships.
Yeah, clinched at least a tie with St. John Bosco by virtue of their win at the Morello Center earlier this week. And for Coach McKnight, that's 37 league titles in 38 years. Hey, that ain't too bad.
No, it was not an easy game either against St. John Bosco. This guy with the ball, Devin Askew, had to score 12 in the fourth quarter to fuel the victory. Let's see what happens here in the back half as they go down low to Hornery. Greenbach can score at all 3 levels. Loose ball. The loose change is picked up by Clarkin.
Good effort by Peralta against the taller Prukop.
Peralta, an empty shot coming up a little bit shy.
They don't need that quick offense unless you get a clear run out.
Well, you need to exercise patience if you're Jay Serra against this bigger, stronger modern-day team. Prukop. Hornery from downtown. Not close, but he was knocked down, and Chibambe fouled the shooter, and you never want to do that when they're in three-point land.
Oh, my. I'd have to see that one again. But Hornery, pretty good embellishment there as well. But nonetheless, he gets himself 3 at the line, and that's 2 3-pointers in the first 2 half-court sets for Mater Dei. If that's the point of emphasis in the locker room, I'm a little surprised. I would be going inside and powering that ball to the rim with the size advantage, and they took 2 threes to start the third quarter.
Harrison is part of the outstanding Mater Dei junior class. He averages 13 points a game, 5 rebounds, and he's been shooting the ball better of late.
Yeah, he's got 12 games in double figures out of his last 14. But there you see, I'm not 100% sure what Chibambe did there, but Harry went down and to his credit, made 2 out of 3.
Mater Dei with a quick timeout in the first 54 seconds of the third quarter. Why would Gary McKnight pull him to the side like that?
I don't think he cared for the shot selection. I can't imagine that's what they decided out of the locker room. Let's take a look at the most recent Division I top 10. You look at those top 8 teams, I think that that's your open division. Now there's a chance that Rebay Academy could slide in with an upset win over Rancho Christian coming up on Saturday, but I don't think so. I think that top 8, now it may move a little bit depending on the outcomes of games tonight and Friday and Saturday, but I think those top 8, that's your open division, and then they'll split it into 2 pools of 4, and that's why placement in there is so important.
What I like there is you see Harvard Westlake. We'll get to see them tomorrow night. I mentioned Mason Hooks, their big center on his way to Princeton. He had 35 points, 14 rebounds in their semifinal victory, an easy win last night against Alameda. No play Chaminade on our air tomorrow night. Williams, too much traffic in there, so he takes it back out to Chibambe. Chibambe threw it to Williams, who was looking one way, and the ball went the other.
Yeah, I think he was in a little communication with Coach Wilkinson, who was standing about 2 feet away, and just an unfortunate timing by Chibambe threw it to Justin at just the wrong time.
Very dangerous point of the game for Jay Serra. Prukop. And there's the tip-up, and that just fell off. Hornery trying to tap it in. Lions very fortunate. Chibambe with the follow. He's a high riser.
He is indeed good at finishing around the rim. Williams was able to get it up onto the glass and on the opposite side of the hoop where Chibambe had no opposition.
Breedenbach's pass is deflected. It's on the ground. He battles for it. Good effort by Wilhelm to get it back.
Yes, and he didn't roll around, which would have been an obvious travel. He just stayed put till he could find somebody to pass to.
Askew didn't get it. Breedenbach with the left hand. Boy, that was a creative shot.
Oh, Will did everything imaginable on that sequence.
They do not get back defensively, but Breedenbach able to save the day for the moment before he fouls Clarkin.
Coaching staff from Mater Dei not real happy about that.
Yeah, their transition defense was poor there.
Yeah. But we'll see at the apex, Clarkin and Breedenbach, and yeah, he got him across the arm a little bit with the body as well, and then Clarkin will go to the line to shoot a pair. Like to see Hugo going to the basket with a bit of force.
Paxton Burzell checking in for the Lions, and Chibambe goes out.
I thought Burzell played really well in the first half in his minutes. Of course, his older brother Blake, the outstanding Laguna Beach two-sport star, now pitching for Arizona State and probably on his way to the professional baseball.
Yep, 4-point contest here. Mater Dei in red with the advantage. The familiar red of the Monarchs. Askew stumbling as he goes. Breedenbach all the way. That's pretty. Suddenly, Wilhelm Breedenbach doing some damage. He's up to 10 points. Burzell's tried to save it, but he comes to Evans of the Monarchs.
Game going a little too fast for Jay Serra's liking right now.
Back the other way come the Lions. Justin Williams all the way. Missed it. Burzell cleaning up to keep it alive, and Peralta's there. to give the Lions a second opportunity.
Calm down, Lions, calm down.
Yeah, they're playing like Notre Dame with Sherman Oaks right now that fires up threes all over the place and averages 85 a game. There's a battle inside. Hope you saw Notre Dame on our air a few weeks ago in their game with Chaminade. They fire every 5 or 6 seconds as Mo Orr has the call.
Good call. Brazel battling for the rebound. Couldn't get the putback up because he got hacked across the wrist, but another energy and effort play from Paxton Brazel. At 6'7", he's one of the few Monarchs, or one of the few Lions who can look the Monarchs basically in the eye.
Lions need to get some shots for Max Bowman. He's been deadly from the perimeter.
Evans doing a nice job of staying connected to Bowman. I mean, those are kind of mirror images of each other.
They even wear the same number, 12. Williams exploring. And here's a possession where they are exercising patience. And here's Bowman all the way.
And
he
something
drew
good
the
comes
foul.
of it. Yeah, something good comes of it. Bowman gets hacked across the arm, and nice job by Clark in that time. Williams was bottled up along the baseline with nowhere to throw it to. Well, if guys get caught standing around watching, then they don't present themselves as a passing outlet. Clarkin ran from the paint to an open space and gave Williams a chance to get that thing out of danger.
Bowman with 13 points. He has more than anyone. Breedenbach leading the way for Mater Dei with 10. Bombay back in, and Clarkin goes to the side.
Free throw here by...
There's the big 7-footer.
Yes, and the free throw here by Bowman means that Jay Serra has answered the first Mater Dei punch of the third quarter.
4.5 minutes to play. Third quarter. Here's Askew. Breedenbach with a great look. Oh, that was gorgeous. What a delivery to Aiden Prukop.
And Hornery with the hockey assist. He made the pass to Breedenbach, and then Breedenbach to Prukop, and that's good ball movement by Mater Dei.
Bell with a wild shot. That wasn't close.
No, just don't think that's a high percentage play, even if it had gone in. I mean, it was against Mater Dei's length, and a charging foul going to go against Askew.
Yeah, Nolan Bell got back defensively and forced that charge. Under 4 minutes left, third quarter. Jay Serra still hanging around, but Mater Dei and company playing better defense despite that effort by Chi Bombay.
You've been craving Wingstop's flavor for way too long now. It's so good to be back. Back where lemon and pepper get a buttery bath and never felt zestier. Where freshly made just for you chicken learns to fly. Where 11 flavors each go to 11. It's like the first time, every time. Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings.
Experience Angels baseball and cheer on your favorite Halos, including the reigning American League MVP, Mike Trout. Enjoy unique giveaways, family-friendly events, exciting opponents, and more. Tickets start as low as $10 per seat per game. Call 714-4ANGELS or visit angels.com to purchase your tickets today.
Tomorrow on the Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week, the Mission League will crown a champion. Tune in at 7:30 live, only on KDOC TV Los Angeles.
Tonight's Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week on KDOC TV is driven by your helpful SoCal Honda dealers. Not a high-scoring affair, Professor, but a real battle. You can see why these teams are rivals. They really get after one another.
Yeah, and I think that's been the key to the fact that it's 34-28 halfway through the third, because Jay Serra has been relentless on defense and not making Mater Dei a little uncomfortable, and the Monarchs have helped them with some questionable shot selection.
Chi Bombay threw it up over the iron, and it's out of bounds to Mater Dei.
Too bad for Jay Serra and Coach Wilkinson. They ran a really nice play out of the timeout and got Alpha a shot that he'll make most of the time, but he hasn't shot the ball in probably a half hour, so it came up a little short.
Breedenbach, like a T-formation quarterback, hands it off to Askew. And Breedenbach to show us that he has The perimeter skills, that's a 2-point shot. His foot was on the line.
Feeling it is Will this half. He's come out in a variety of moves scoring the basketball. And Mater Dei, now it's danger time for Jay Serra as we get closer to a double-digit deficit.
I like Burzell. He got that shot up so quickly. Speaking of Breedenbach, he has 6 in the quarter and 12 in the game. And here he goes for 3. Will Breedenbach. We said that he could score at all 3 levels, and he's doing it in this quarter.
Yeah, and he's come alive lately. A scoring average down a little bit from what was expected, but he's been in double figures 12 of the last 13 Mater Dei contests. I think they're going to say that laying on the baseline while touching the ball was ornery, so it'll be Jay Serra basketball.
Nick Davidson returning for Gary McKnight's squad. Porter will get a breather.
I keep expecting Mater Dei to maybe put on some full court pressure defense after a made basket just to kind of speed up Jay Serra. And maybe we'll see if Coach McKnight and Jason Quinn over there on the sideline with 2:42 left. This is really crunch time for Jay Serra. They got to stay connected after playing so well.
Bowman with the floater. There's Max Bowman, and I mentioned it earlier. He needs touches. He needs shots.
I think he's been terrific tonight. He's got 16 points, and he scored from a variety of places on the floor. Much needed basket. Now if they can get a stop here, they can get back to where this is a 2-possession game.
Askew from deep. That's not close. And Burzell rebounds.
He's been excellent, Burzell, at the little things.
Williams all the way. Didn't have enough English on that one.
I just don't know if you need that quick offense.
Askew with the no-looker to Breedenbach. Oh, a beautiful 2-man game. Askew averages 7 assists a game, and Will Breedenbach with 17 on the night.
A next-level pass by Askew. That was a D1 college pass. Well, open division pairings are going to come out on Sunday. But so if I were king, this is what I would do. Now, if everybody gets mad, well, go ahead and get mad. You can call Randy. We're going to put Randy's phone number up later in the broadcast. But Pool A, the top seed, Sierra Canyon, I think Etiwanda could fall to 4 if Rancho Christian beats Rebay Academy on Saturday. So you'd have Sierra Canyon, Etiwanda in the 4 spot, St. Anthony, and I love this team that Alan Cavanis has put together in the 5 spot. Another big win over Bishop Montgomery last night to clinch the Delray League title. Harvard Westlake in the 8 spot, which would put up a Sierra Canyon Harvard Westlake first-round game, would be really entertaining. Centennial has been the story all year long. Josh Giles is coach of the year by everybody's estimation. Put Rancho Christian in the 3 spot, Mater Dei in the 6 spot if they win tonight, and St. John Bosco in the 7 slot, which would make some marvelous matchups, including the likes of Etiwanda having to play Mater Dei. Anytime they get together, it's a war. That's just if I were king.
You are king. We've anointed you king. Jay Serra down by 9. From the side. That one up and no good. Good look, though, for Hugo Clarkin.
Boy, he's had some tough luck on stuff that's just rimmed out, bounced out.
Get the feeling, though, Mater Dei starting to take control of this game.
Yeah, they're putting the ball inside time after time. Yep.
And one. Askew is feeding him. I think Breedenbach's going to have to take Askew out to dinner after this one.
Well, the first couple of possessions, Mater Dei launches 2 threes, and Coach McKnight calls an early timeout, I think about a minute into the 3rd quarter. And since then, it's been a concerted effort to get the ball in the paint.
You know, a lot of people have felt that Breedenbach has really stalled this year. He has not had a great season. But you start to look at what he's doing down the stretch. He's coming off a 22-point game against St. John Bosco. And with that foul shot, he's up to 20 already here. And we still have a minute and a half left in the 3rd.
I think the young man has a chance to be a really good stretch 4, as they like to call it, at the next level, because he can certainly shoot it, and then he can finish around the rim with either hand. Oh, another tough luck shot for Hugo.
Yeah, Hugo Clarkin has not been fortunate. Here's Askew again in the open court to Prukop for 3. Breedenbach kept it alive. Look at Wilhelm battle, and he saves it.
He has been the star of the game in just the 3rd quarter.
He has 14 third-quarter points. Prukop with the runner. Breedenbach again kept it alive. Saved nicely by Cremonesi, but to Williams of Jay Serra. And there's the block. A spectacular rejection. Oh, what a play by Nick Davidson.
Once again, I'm not sure that's the best way to play against Mater Dei. You had a chance to get close to the last shot of the third quarter, and a bucket get you back within 10, maybe 9.
Greenbach returns the favor to Askew. Well, maybe they'll go out to dinner together and they'll go Dutch. What a great pass by Greenbach to Askew, and a timeout taken by Jay Serra. Keith Wilkinson had to take that one. You can see the spread. It's 14, and Breedenbach and Askew are putting on a third quarter basketball clinic.
Just like they did against St. John Bosco, where they trailed the Braves going into the fourth quarter and then blitzed them, with Askew and Breedenbach being basically the catalysts of that come from behind victory. But Mater Dei was up 39-32, and Jay Serra had the basketball. If they get a good possession and a make there, it's a 5-point game. Instead, they took a hurried shot. Mater Dei beat them down the floor, got an easy one, and it's been all Mater Dei since then. A 7-0 run to end this third quarter, and what was potentially a 5, 6, 7-point game going into the final 8 minutes now has ballooned to 14, and that's the danger of playing Mater Dei. If they start getting out in transition, this team can really finish around the basket, and Jay Serra's in some trouble now.
And as we approach tournament time, again, Mater Dei has to be thrilled that suddenly Wilhelm Breedenbach is the all-star they expected.
Yeah,
Again, he's got the 20. He had the 22 on Tuesday against St. John Bosco. He and Devin Askew working so beautifully in tandem.
Well, and this is now 13 double-figure games for Will out of his last 14, which is a really good sign for Mater Dei. They are at their best when they've got multiple guys scoring the ball. Mentioned it in the open, they are 15-4 when at least 4 guys score 9 or more. That's how Mater Dei is going to advance in the open division, and that's by sharing the basketball and getting multiple guys involved.
Again, Askew only has 6 points, but boy, that does not tell the story, the way he's moved it around the horn and been able to get his players on the low block involved. Working it down for the final shot of the quarter are the Lions, and it would do them well, it would serve them well to get one to go through the nylon. Chibombe with 7 on the quarter. The lob back to Chibombe, and it's broken up by Davidson. And Prukop from half court, straight as an arrow, but a little bit short. After 3, Mater Dei, led by a brilliant third quarter explosion of 14 points from Wilhelm Breedenbach, leads by 14 on the Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week on KDOC.
Cruise along tracks that connect you to Southern California's top destinations and experience an unforgettable ride. When was the last time you were moved by a train? Plan your next trip at PacificSurfliner.com.
Louie, you've been craving Wingstop's flavor for way too long now. It's so good to be back. Back where lemon and pepper get a buttery bath and never felt zestier. Where freshly made just for you chicken learns to fly. Where 11 flavors each go to 11. It's like the first time every time. Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings.
What kind of a person are you?
I think I'm pretty much like you, only successful.
Seinfeld, tonight at 11 on KDOC TV, Los Angeles.
The Pacific Surfliner CIF Game of the Week on KDOC TV is brought to you by Amtrak Pacific Surfliner. Visit PacificSurfliner.com and hug the coast. Beautiful pictures tonight from the jungle, this wonderful pavilion on campus at Jay Serra.
Oh, the facilities here are as good and better than most. It's just all of the athletics are treated with great care here at Jay Serra.
And they got to take great care of the basketball because they turned it over again, and Mater Dei's got control of the game.
And it all started after that McKnight timeout when they made a concerted effort to get the ball into the paint, and then Breedenbach took over.
3-point shot by Hornery fails, and here comes Jay Serra. Now they're forced to move it up the floor because they're down by such a large margin of 14.
But you can still work the ball, side to side. See if you can get some good looks once Mater Dei has to move their feet a little bit.
Purcell, and he's had a very fine game.
He has. I think when they get into D1, and they should be a top 6, maybe a top 4 seed in D1 after they take the 8 open division teams. I think Purcell is going to be a big factor with his play inside. He's that blue-collar kind of player.
6 points in limited minutes. Evans gets inside the defense, but couldn't finish, and Chibambe has it. Lions trying to put back-to-back goals together. And there's the pass into Burzell from Williams.
Perfectly timed pass by Williams. I had a great angle. There was not a lot of space there for him to slide that ball through to the cutting Burzell, who finished.
Still time for Jay Serra if they can get defensive stops. Askew rims it in and out. And a block. Chibambe.
Take your time, Jay Serra. Mater Dei helping you out with those early threes in the shot clock.
First 4 points of the quarter belong to Jay Serra, but another turnover. Evans has a clean look.
I'm stunned he didn't make that.
Hornery got it back. Davidson had about 4 or 5 cracks at the basket.
Well, that was a sequence that really was emblematic of the size difference in this game. Jay Serra had 4 guys under the basket. They're just all shorter. Look at all the white jerseys in there fighting, but Mater Dei is just longer. And Davidson, with perseverance, gets 2 shots.
Luke Davison, just a junior. Breedenbach's a junior. Hornery's a junior. Those are the 3 players to build around next year for Mater Dei. They're going to have a great front line.
Yeah, and
come next season.
What
else is new, right?
Yeah, like the Sun coming up. I mean, Mater Dei is going to be good. Mater Dei is always good.
Is that your prediction? The Sun will come up tomorrow?
and that Mater Dei will be good.
I like your chances.
Going out on a limb on both counts.
Bowman to Peralta. Raising up. Clarkton with a good rebound inside of Breedenbach. There's the 3 ball. And it was Nolan Bell, and the fans love it.
All done by Clarkton's effort on the offensive glass and the quick inside-out kick to Bell, who finished, and we're inside of 10 again. 1 stop at a time if you're Jay Serra.
Lions are battling, but Askew got to the rim and scored beautifully with the finger roll.
Oh, and Bell thought he had drawn a charge, and that goes as a no call, much to the disgust of Keith Wilkinson, who's giving the official quite an earful.
Askew has 8 points. Clarkton on the low block. Williams lost it. Got it to Peralta, who scores. Isaac Peralta.
Boy, Williams worked awfully hard for that assist.
Oh, on the baseline, a terrific shot by Hornery. Action picking up here.
Yes, and Mater Dei not settling for those early threes. That last couple of possessions going to the basket with some purpose.
If you're Mater Dei, you want to stay aggressive and get the ball inside to those big chaps who are capable of scoring. Look at Bell fighting inside. Had a great look. Couldn't get the ball to go down.
Yeah, really creative move against Hornery, who was primed and ready for a shot block, and yet Bell with the offhand just couldn't get the roll.
Askew to Breedenbach. The collision. And that's going against Jay Serra, so Wilhelm Breedenbach's going to the free throw line, and Keith Wilkinson. Well, you can see what he feels about that call.
Yeah, that's 2 in a row that didn't go his way. One was a no call. This one goes as a block. Keith, who played for Brian Mulligan at Capo Valley, who known for some fiery demeanor on the sidelines.
Breedenbach looking for his 21st point of the evening.
He's so good around the basket with either his right or his left hand. I honestly don't know which is his dominant hand, because he shoots free throws right-handed, but he's so comfortable left-handed.
He's hobbled a little bit, though. limping around a little bit, favoring that left leg at the free throw line. But he's going to stay in there. It did not affect his foul shooting, and he seems to be running down the floor okay.
He's been marvelous tonight. 22 points, only Monarch in double figures, but they got a lot of guys with 8.
8 is enough if you have enough of them, right?
Exactly, I like that.
Well, thank you. I'm here to entertain you. 54-41 for Mater Dei. Peralta with the fall-away shot. Clarkin battling. Puts it back in. Hugo Clarkin.
This is the best I have ever seen Clarkin play. He is really working hard.
Evans missed the spot up 3. Gotta hurry if you're Jay Serra now with 3:40 to play. Down 11. Clarkin got that hook shot available and scored.
He knew he had a little one. He had Prukop on him. He was very patient. Multiple dribbles, got himself into where he was comfortable, and that little 8-foot baby hook, that's effective.
Again, inside of double digits. It's a 9-point game. Again, Clarkin's on his way to San Jose State to play in the Mountain West Conference. Askew, again, will orchestrate out on top. Back to Breedenbach, and Evans for 3. Ryan Evans.
A dagger from Evans. Excellent find by Breedenbach, and Evans, nothing but net.
Yeah, you've been waiting for that. He's been getting great looks. Breedenbach has been terrific, though, for Mater Dei tonight with his 22 points. Well, it's a terrific effort there by Jay Serra, but they're trailing by a dozen with just under 3 minutes to go here in San Juan Capistrano.
You've been craving Wingstop's flavor for way too long now. It's so good to be back. Back where lemon and pepper get a buttery bath and never felt zestier. Where freshly made just for you chicken learns to fly. Where 11 flavors each go to 11. It's like the first time, every time. Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings.
Meet the first ever Mazda CX-30. Feel alive.
Can my side be firm?
And my side super soft?
Yes, with the Sleep Number 360 smart bed. On sale now. You can both adjust your comfort with your Sleep Number setting.
Come on, pup, time to go. Can it help me fall asleep faster?
Yes, by gently warming your feet.
But can it help keep me asleep?
Absolutely. It intelligently senses your movements and automatically adjusts to keep you both comfortable.
So you can really promise better sleep?
Not promise, prove. And now, during the Ultimate Sleep Number event, save 50% on the Sleep Number 360 limited edition smart bed, plus 0% interest for 24 months on all smart beds, only for a limited time.
2:55 left in the Lions' den. The Lions have the ball, but they're down a dozen. Who will be our Wingstop player of the game? Inside.
Going to get Davidson for a hold, and that's the only reason that the pass didn't get to the intended target, Clarkin, who would have had a dunk, and so not a bad foul by Nick, as nobody anywhere near the bonus.
A lot of candidates for our player of the game. Certainly Breedenbach and Askew for Mater Dei are right in the middle of that mix. Our Wingstop player of the game. We'll have that for you immediately following the conclusion of this one. Nice job by Williams getting back defensively, and he's fouled.
Smart foul by Breedenbach. He was looking at a 3-on-1 the other way, and so he just shoved Williams right near midcourt. Non-shooting foul, just the 16th foul on Mater Dei. That's a heady play by Will Breedenbach, who has been, I think, the best player on the floor tonight.
Williams and another block. That one by Prukop. How many blocks have we seen from Mater Dei?
They're so long. even their wing players have long arms, and so if you're going to take it to the basket, you're going to need more than a step advantage.
Bowman is fouled by Askew, and he was going up, so Max will shoot 2. He has 16 on the night, gunning for more.
And he's been excellent. I mean, when you take 23 points a game out of the lineup in Ian Martinez, somebody's got to get some of those 23 as Coach McKnight looks on. I thought Max Bowman played admirably tonight. Shot the ball really well, battled defensively against Evans. He's had, I think, a really solid game, and he's going to have more solid games as Jay Serra immerses themselves into those D1 playoffs.
They feel he's their most underrated player, but that's with Bora and Martinez in the lineup.
Yeah.
With them gone, he's a focal point of their offense, and he has 18, their leading scorer.
Full court pressure from Jay Serra. I'm not sure that Monterey's a tough team to press.
Again, the clock very much an ally of the visiting Monarchs.
They'll run some clock, and I think eventually the ball will find the paint.
Prukop all the way, and another whistle. Pushing foul. See, that's a happy bench. I know they're in good shape here, leading by 10 with just about 2 minutes to play.
Prukop, kind of a sneaky scorer. He's able to slither in the smallest space between defenders and then very creative with his moves to the basket. But, it's going to be tough for Jay Serra here with just 2:09, but I thought they played really well. Undermanned doesn't even begin to describe. And when you take your 2 best players out of the lineup and you're trying to beat Mater Dei in the Trinity League, I thought Coach Wilkinson's Lions showed me some grit that will help them if and when Martinez comes back. And we're told he's going to try to get back for playoffs.
Well, I talked to him prior to the game. He's in street clothes tonight. He says, yeah, I think I'll be there for the playoffs. Not 100% certain. Clarkin is stalled again, and here come the Monarchs, leading by 11. Oh, what a block by Chibombe. He can really go up.
Oh, a really athletic sophomore.
Williams, and he's fouled. We've had more whistles in the last couple minutes than the entire game.
Yes, we have. But I think the officials have done a nice job of letting the kids play. The pace of the game has been excellent. And I like the determination of this Jay Serra team. They're not going to prevail tonight, and Mater Dei is going to win their 37th league title, but this one's going to be an outright title for Gary McKnight and his Monarchs. But to tell you, Jay Serra made them work hard tonight.
Yeah, last year they had to share the crown with St. John Bosco. There's Nolan Bell, who has returned for the final minute 44. And Williams at the line again for 1.
And it's Bosco's loss on our Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week on KDOC when they lost to Jay Serra at Bosco, 55-54. That's the loss that keeps Bosco from sharing the league title with Mater Dei again this year.
Breedenbach with the rebound. Wilhelm shows us he can handle it a little bit. Still wants to find his point guard, who was unavailable. Not a lot of spacing there. Gary McKnight didn't like what he saw on the offensive end and takes him to the sideline with a timeout. Well, what do you think of this Mater Dei team?
I think the Monarchs have the capabilities of being very difficult in the open division if they play to their potential. And Will Breedenbach, as we see here all night long, played to his potential. I thought he was excellent, both under the glass, scoring the ball in a variety of places on the floor, including from the outside. Will Breedenbach, I think, our star of the game tonight, and there's the 3-ball that kind of capped off a really good second half.
Again, it was that third quarter outburst by number 32, the bespectacled one, the Kurt Rambis of Mater Dei.
But getting back to the potential of this Mater Dei team, I think they're going to have to get back to that formula of the team concept of sharing the scoring, sharing the shots. They're certainly capable of beating anybody in that open division, as I think almost everybody in that division is.
I used to say this about Rambis when I saw him play with a new haircut and a different pair of glasses. He'd be an All-American. That might apply here for Wilhelm Breedenbach.
I think Will's just beginning to
emerge,
realize how good he can be.
I agree. Professor, it's been fun. I hadn't been in this facility, and again, it is really gorgeous to come in here and see it. It's like being in really a college or NBA arena. It's not as big, obviously, but it really is beautifully constructed, and every seat in the house is a good one.
I agree. I've been coming to J. Serra for years, and the hospitality that I have always been served has been exemplary. And once again, hats off to everybody involved at J. Serra for providing us with a terrific experience. And I'm looking forward to watch J. Serra meander their way through that D1 bracket.
Look forward to tomorrow night when we have the Mission League Culmination Tournament Final. Chaminade and Harvard Westlake, and a Hornery throwdown.
And
he has 10.
Another assist for Breedenbach.
60-49. Only thing in doubt is the final score, and there's the burst from Chi Bombay. A dunking contest has come about in the final minute.
Remember that name, Alpha Chi Bombay, 6'4" sophomore. He's going to be really good by the time he gets done.
He is unbelievably explosive. And two more for Breedenbach, up to 24 on the night.
He deserves it. It was his play in the third quarter that broke the game open.
Max Bowman is fouled in three-point land, and Hornery just looked at the bench of Mater Dei saying, please don't scold me for making that foul.
Turnabout is fair play. Hornery kind of embellished one in the first half, and this time I think Max Bowman kind of threw his leg out a little bit.
You think he sold it, huh?
I think so. Max did the old Reggie Miller, throw his leg out a little bit to the side, and that got him a little brush with Hornery and gets him 3 free throws.
A rare miss for Max at the charity stripe. Great three-point shooter, just a junior, so Lions will build around Max Bowman and Chi Bombay next year.
And Brazel will be back as also, so the cupboard won't be completely bare, even though they'll lose Ian Martinez to Utah, and then maybe someday. I wouldn't be surprised if Ian doesn't get a sniff of the NBA as well.
I know Keith Wilkinson believes that Ian Martinez will play in the NBA, and it's unfortunate we didn't get to see him play tonight. He was terrific when we had them when they upended St. John Bosco earlier this season on our Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week. Max Bowman has really been terrific. He has 19 points. He has been the main cog for J. Serra.
And we knew he had to pick up the slack of the 32 points per game that they missed when Martinez and Bora couldn't play. And Bowman, when the game was still in doubt, Max was really superb in his shot selection and his ability to finish. A great game from the junior guard. He's got 19 points, and he's earned every one of them.
There's Max Bowman. He's played hard, and he's played under control. I don't think he's taken a bad shot in the game.
No, and he's also had to try to check Ryan Evans most of the game. Also a tough cover.
Mirror images of one another.
Yeah.
Well, they're pressing still, so that tells you J. Serra's not going to go away quietly. There's a foul in the back court.
Just the 6th team foul on the Lions, so no free throws yet for Mater Dei. They'll have to do this all one more time.
Brazel with his second, and as the professor noted, that's the 6th team foul. The next one would send him to the line for a 1-and-1.
Askew got to get rid of the ball.
Krukop across the 10-second line, and he's hacked.
And now the Monarchs will shoot the 1+1.
Well, the win's going to be the 22nd of the year for Mater Dei. They're going to improve to 22-6, finish Trinity League play with a robust 9-1 record. J. Serra will fall here to 21-7, and 6-4 in league.
When you look at the 6 Mater Dei losses this year, I mean, they've come to outstanding teams. They lost to Corona Centennial early, and everybody kind of scratched their head a little bit until they found out how good Centennial was really going to be. They lost to Sheldon up in the Sacramento Powerhouse, lost a couple of games out of state to DeMatha out of that difficult D.C. conference, and Bishop O'Connell, one of the best conference leagues in all of the country. And then a loss in the Nike Extravaganza to Whitney Young, which was a little bit unexpected.
Mater Dei, the great balance again. They have 3 players in double figures. Prukop with 11, Hornery with 10, and Wilhelm Breedenbach with the 24. Askew has 8 and a bushel load of assists.
Yeah, and the hockey assist as well with the pass that leads to the pass that leads to the basket, that sort of thing. It shows that Mater Dei can win without having Askew have to score 25.
I would put this in the category as a methodical victory for Mater Dei as they foul Askew. And Devin goes, why would you do that with 11.5? He doesn't really want to go to the line. Well, we can tell Devin if he knocks these down, he has to hit the first to get the second. He can get to double digits, but I don't think he really cares.
But his demeanor is I find it entertaining.
Well, he came over and said hi to us before the game. Jovial young guy.
Yeah.
And he's not going to get to double figures. And he couldn't care less. They got a W. Peralta, no good. Rebound. Burzell slapped away, picked up by Hornery, and the game is over. Your final score is 64-51 for Mater Dei. There's our wing stop player of the game, Wilhelm Breedenbach, 24 points. He was brilliant, 14 of them coming in the third quarter. We'll come back, talk about Breedenbach and some other notes about this one. Mater Dei improves to 22-6, 64-51. Your final here at the Lions Den in San Juan Capistrano on the Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week.
New Pollo Fit Bowls, made with organic spinach. They're keto-friendly, paleo-friendly, and life-friendly. Only at El Pollo Loco.
Wherever we want to go, we just have to start. Auto save your way there with Chase. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Yeah, I'm here for the audition.
Which audition? The music video, the horror movie, the exercise tape, or the infomercial?
Yeah. Well.
Seinfeld, tonight at 11 on KDOC TV, Los Angeles.
At El Pollo Loco, you can expect more. More fire-grilled, more made from scratch, and more layers of flavor. Like the original Pollo Bowl. Just one of our $5 fire-grilled combos. El Pollo Loco, feed the flame.
There's your final numbers. Mater Dei 64, Serra 51. Of course, we want to remind you about tomorrow night. We have the Mission League Championship game. Number 1 seeded Harvard Westlake against 3rd seeded Chaminade. That should be a fun one.
Well, Harvard Westlake, the undefeated regular season champion, led by Mason Hooks on his way to Princeton. I think it's the 2 teams with the 2 players that are vying for MVP of the Mission League. You got Mason Hooks for Harvard Westlake and Kenneth Simpson from Chaminade, an exciting guard.
Yeah, Kenneth is explosive. He's coming off a 41-point game at the semifinals of the Mission League. Again, we want to thank our entire David Otta crew. Of course, the professor, he always breaks down these games exceptionally well. Mater Dei, I said it before, it was methodical. It wasn't easy. Serra battled, but they fell here on their home floor, 64-51. For the professor and all the guys, my name is Randy Rosenbaum. So long from San Juan Capistrano as Mater Dei wins the Trinity League Championship. Good night, everybody, on our Game of the Week from Pacific Surfliner on KDOC TV. Stay tuned for Dateline.